Hey everybody, it's Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Today we're going to do some weekly tarot forecasts, and I'm not going to follow in the order of the signs. So I'm not going to start with Aries and go to Pisces. I'm actually going to start with air signs today. So before I get going with that, I'm just going to check and make sure that our technology is up and running. And let me just see what we got going in the background here. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week and taking good care. Let me make sure everything is up and running. Let's see here. Okay. So before I get going with that, all righty, let's do it. So today like I mentioned, I am going to begin with Gemini for a weekly tarot forecast, and I'll be doing the air signs first. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'll put, I'm actually going to put in the chat here that we are on Gemini, starting with Gemini. Okay. And hey, Melinda. Hey there. Hey, how's it going? Hi, Holly. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you. I could hear your voices too, and we could talk back and forth and like more live with each other. But thank you for being here. And let's go ahead and begin with Gemini. Now, this could be sun, moon, or rising for Gemini. So let's go ahead and start and see what is ahead for Gemini in the next week. What can you show us? What is ahead for Gemini? Spirit, what is okay? The Ten of Pentacles just popped out there. I'm using a massively huge deck today. And I'm doing well. Thank you, Melinda. I am doing well. I'm feeling good today. So I decided to hop online. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Okay. And Geminis, I see you needing to have a very important conversation with someone this week about your money, about your work, about where things are headed in the future here. And it is time to tell the truth about something. It is time to stand up for yourself and put something, and lay it on the line, so to speak, is what I feel. I'm going to go ahead and get an animal card for you guys as well here, Geminis. And it's important to speak up if you feel you are not being treated fairly coming in the next week. It's important to stand up and speak up for yourself. And that comes, and you make it, Gemini, you make it the sense that somebody is lying to you with the Five of Swords, like somebody is not being totally truthful with you. They're telling you something is going fine and something is going well when it's not really going well. And you may need to demand answers or get the proof on something, especially for those of you that are doing like home improvement projects, or you've got contractors that you're working with, or you've got people in your home fixing things. And they may tell you like something is working fine or something is going fine, but you find out it's not. And they do have to come clean with you. Oh, thanks, Holly. Oh, thank you, Holly. I appreciate that comment about my hair. I'm wearing it curly today. I don't always wear it curly, but thank you. I really do appreciate that. That's very nice of you. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get an animal message for the Geminis here. We have cat and independence for the Geminis. It says you are being encouraged to develop a balance between independence and time of togetherness. This also indicates you would greatly benefit from a profound journey of self-discovery. Learn to enjoy time spent with yourself. And so Geminis, that is what you are working on the next week. I'm going to draw an astrology card for you as well, my friends. And if you do need to demand the truth about something, then it's a good time to do it. It's a good time to speak your truth, raise your voice on a particular issue, something that you don't think is very fair with this Five of Swords. It's time to kind of speak up about that for my Geminis. And let's go ahead and get an astrology card and see what energy, what planetary or astrological energy are the Geminis needing to focus on in the upcoming week, Okay, part of fortune and increase and things working out in your favor when it comes to a negotiation or it comes to a money issue. Now, in the tarot, the Ten of Pentacles is the Lord of wealth. And so, wealth increasing on the bottom of the deck here is something that I see, but you may need to get your hands a little dirty, or you may need to fight back about something, whether that's getting your deposit back on a rental that you had on something, whether that is, leaving a house in perfect condition, but then them coming back to you and saying, oh no, there's a crack in the concrete, or there's a crack or a little tear on the wallpaper, or whatever it is, Geminis. I feel, there's a job well done here with the Ten of Pentacles, but somebody's having a negative attitude or pointing out the things that aren't entirely, that they think in their mind aren't right or aren't working out. And so it's really important for you guys with the Ace of Swords to speak up. And yeah, we have Virgo here. So perhaps some of you Geminis are dealing with a Virgo in the coming week. And there's some nitpicking, or there's some negotiations, or there's some detailed analytical work that you're needing to do about something. And you're needing to dive into the details of something, whether that's a contract, whether that's a bill or an invoice that someone gives you. I do think, and I do think your mind is going to be, because the Ten of Pentacles in the tarot represents Mercury and Virgo, and Mercury is in a very strong position in Virgo. So I think whoever is, if you're a Gemini that also has Virgo in your chart, or you're dealing with a Virgo, some of you may be dealing with somebody where you did a really good job on something, but all they want to do is point out the negative. Okay, so I think it's very helpful for Geminis in the next coming week to be independent, be an independent thinker, see the truth in things, open your mind to things. If you're being very critical of yourself, like, I can't believe I missed that, I can't believe I didn't see that, or whatever, then definitely try to pull some of that energy back. Okay. But when we see Virgo, we want to really analyze the details of the things that are put in front of us and demand that we know the truth about something here, is what I see. So Geminis, that is what I am getting for you for your next week energies. Let's go ahead and move on to Libra. Let's do Libra. And I'm going to point a little comment in here. Moving on to Libra in the chat. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will start with Libra. Hope everybody is having a beautiful weekend and a relaxing weekend. I know April was a really hard and long month. It felt like gosh, it felt like April just went on forever. I think it felt really long. Let's move on to Libra. Yes, Holly, perfect advice now that Mercury is moving out of its post shadow. Yeah, post the retrograde for the Geminis, really getting back on understanding everything around you, understanding all the details, seeing the truth in something. And I love that for Geminis. Let's see what's coming up for Libras. Let's see what's coming up for Libras in the next week. For Libras, please. All right, Libras, I'm using my gigantic, huge cards. You guys have the Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. And we have first with the Three of Cups, we have the Emperor, okay? And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Libras, are you guys, Are you guys, is there somebody you want to have a good time? I feel Libras coming up in the next week. You want to enjoy yourself and have a good time, but there might be somebody who's being very serious with you or very cross with you or wants to see productivity out of you over the next, couple days. And, with the Three of Cups, we can talk about 3 days or that type of thing. It's like somebody's giving you a grace period, or maybe you're giving yourself a grace period and you're saying, look, I'll party for a couple days or I'll do what I feel like for a couple days. And then I'll get down to business and get serious with the Emperor here about what's going on. And I'll start really tackling the things I don't feel like doing. And with the Seven of Pentacles, there can be an energy of procrastination, like, shit, I don't feel like doing that. And, but I feel you have a lot of responsibilities in the next week, Libra, and there's perhaps a boss or an authority figure or somebody in your life who wants to see, and it could be your own inner authority figure wanting to see progress, wanting to see change, and telling yourself like, hey, I need to get down to business. I need to get serious here. And then you start working on it and you're like, but I hate this. I don't like it. I'm not happy with it. I don't feel good doing this. And so there's an energy of getting serious about the things that you really do enjoy. And you may experience a little bit of procrastination. Melinda says, thank you, Natalie. Yeah, I have to talk to someone tomorrow about my home, and there's some work that you need done. Wow. Okay, Melinda. Well, that is, that's my advice is to, if you feel like somebody isn't being totally above board with you, or you need to line item by line item, check an invoice or look at something, definitely. And, my Libras are with the Three of Cups with a girls just want to have fun type of an attitude, or, hey, I feel like relaxing and kicking back and just kicking it, basically. And the Emperor's like, no, it's time to get to work. You need to get serious. You need to buckle down here. And I feel like there is somebody that wants to see results from you. And you're like, oh, shit, I don't know if I'm going to be happy, if this person's going to be happy with these results, or if I'm going to be happy with the results. And you may start working on something really excited and you get real into it and real focused and serious. And then you're like, I don't know if I'm happy with it. I don't know if I exactly like it that much. And so let's get some advice here from the animal deck. And let's go ahead and see for my Libras, because you've got the Emperor showing up, and the Emperor in the tarot does represent Aries energy. So it's the opposite of your sign. So I feel there is perhaps opposition coming up, and you're trying to chill and relax and have a good time, take it a little bit easy, but life gets demanding. Life can be demanding, or someone's looking at Libra like Libra's so unserious, or they're not taking things that seriously. And it's like, when you go to take it seriously, you're kind of like, I guess I don't really like this. Okay. And this could be with the project that you're working on. Somebody in your life urging you to take something more seriously, or to try harder or work harder at something, but you're like, I don't know if it's worth it. Okay. So yeah, Libra's on the procrastinations. Holly wrote Libra with the procrastinations, and Aries, the Emperor, in the opposition position to Libra, and truth be told, like, it can be a benefit to ourselves to not procrastinate and to take what we're doing more seriously and be more stringent and, demanding at times. But Libra, you may be kind of fighting that battle of like, well, I want to do a good job at something. And I see you guys, it looks like you kind of want to please someone, or you want someone to be happy with what you're doing. But at the end of the day, Libra, if you're not happy with what you're doing and you don't like what you're doing, and it feels like a slog, and it feels like it blows, to you, then that is going to make you, regardless of how happy you make someone else, you're still within, maybe not going to feel the level of satisfaction that you want to feel within. And that can be very frustrating. And let's get an animal card for Libra here. Okay, we have the hedgehog and trust for Libras. This is a reminder that even if you feel that others do not understand or get what you're doing, okay, if this oppositional person here doesn't understand or get what you're doing, it's no excuse to curl up and hide. Sure, you may need a little bit of space right now, but the world needs your gifts. You are more than worthy. And the Seven of Pentacles can be where we start to talk negatively to ourselves, like, I guess I didn't do that good of a job, or I guess I ain't shit, like it can kind of make us feel bad about ourselves a little bit. And this is a reminder that even if other people don't really get what you're trying to do, it's no excuse to kind of curl up and hide. And you may need a little bit of space from somebody that is becoming a little bit domineering or a little too overbearing. Okay. But spirit urging you, Libras, not to like curl up in a little ball and hide, but to trust what you're working on and trust with what you're doing, even if you feel like a little bit of a lull there. And, oh, Holly says, Holly, are you a Libra with Libra twins? Looking forward to Mother's Day next weekend. Oh, well, and the Three of Cups can definitely be a celebration of, having a good time, particularly a celebration of women. Like that is very true. But, sometimes there's that one person that still we can't please or we can't satisfy, or has kind of a crusty attitude, even though we've gone, to great lengths to kind of make everything nice and everyone's having a good time, right? There can always be that, person that is like, well, that's stupid, or why are you doing that? Or that doesn't make sense, right? And so Libras, if you are running into that type of an attitude and you're trying to have a nice time and celebrate something, just don't let it's a passing influence, and it goes away. It's a passing influence. And I'm going to get one astrology card for you guys as well here. And let's see here. And there may be a procrastination on plans because it's like, well, us three or us two, we have so much fun together, but then we include that other person and then it's not as fun, Seven of Pentacles, it's not as fun. And so there may be like, maybe you feel bad about leaving someone out of a plan, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm getting a girls just want to have fun vibe for the Libras. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see okay. We have Mercury and mind for Libras coming up. And so, you may feel like, well, I made up my mind about this situation. You may feel like you're changing, again, very Libra. I'm changing my mind about inviting someone or including someone, or I'm changing my mind a lot and I'm not quite sure. But I also feel like if you are going to an event or doing something, I feel like three people is, because there's a 3 on this Mercury card as well. I feel like 3 is kind of, if there's 3 people, I feel like it's going to go well. But if we start including even more people, I feel like you'll be like, it didn't really go, like the celebration didn't really go like I wanted it to. So I would trust your original instincts about the situation, Libra. So that is what I am getting for you guys. And we are going to go ahead and move on to Aquarius next. Let's look at Aquarius. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to put a comment in the chat and I'm going to say, moving on to Aquarius. Okay. We're all life path 3. Oh, well, Holly, if you're a life path 3, then definitely. And we have Siren, is that how I say your name? Aw, thank you so much. Thank you, Siren. Thank you so much. Hey to you as well. And thank you for watching the channel. It's really nice to go live and spend some time with everybody. Let's move on to Aquarius. Let's see, what energy does Aquarius need to look at for the, ooh, Aquarians, the devil just popped out there to say hello. And Siren, Siren, I love that. Oh, Siren, is that how you say your name? Okay, I thought you wrote Siren when the devil came out, and I was like, yeah, that's about it, right? Rear, 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 like the devil coming out on the Aquarius side over here. But that's how I say your name is Siren. Oh, what a beautiful name. What a gorgeous name. So let's go ahead. That's so funny. Right when you wrote Siren, the devil pops out. I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, so let's see for Aquarius, what energy do we want to look at for next week for Aquarians, please? You know, Aquarius, I've got a thing here, and here's the High Priestess. And yeah, Siren, yeah, that is a confirmation, isn't it? I was like, oh my gosh, that is hilarious with the devil coming out. Now, of course, the devil is a little hilarious, and sometimes we just need to laugh when we feel like, we're having a bad day, or we feel like everyone's against us, or we're feeling rather complaining about stuff, and it's like, this never fucking works out the way I want it. When we're kind of in that headspace, we sometimes it is time to stop, drop, and roll, as you will, Aquarians, and just step back from a situation that is feeling very overwhelming and overbearing, perhaps. And I also get the feeling about this devil card, Aquarians, that you guys are like, I know I did not get this far only to have this motherfucker ruin it. Or I know I did not come this far with what I'm doing to allow this situation to bring me down or distract me. I know better than to fall into that pit, and of darkness or insecurity, or just like second guessing yourself 1,000 times over. The thing is the High Priestess is on the bottom of the deck. So you are very sensitive right now to the energies around you. And, sometimes when the devil comes up, it can feel kind of like a triggering moment. And, Pluto just went retrograde in Aquarius on May 2nd. And so, there may be people that are like testing you, or they playing little power games with you, or things like that. And it's like, yeah, I definitely like get off my freaking case. I feel like the Aquarians are maybe feeling a little triggered by the way somebody acted in a particular situation. It's like, I was sensitive, and I tried to be there for you, and I tried to help you, and I tried to care for you and nurture you. And, and yet this is the way that you repay me, so there may be some of that going on with the Aquarians right now, where you're experiencing some triggers next week that there's the Queen of Cups. I give and I give and I give, and I help and I help and I help, and I'm there for you, and I take care of you. But, the shit is never good enough. And I feel like you guys are really good, Aquarians, at like letting people know that you care, letting people know that they're on your mind, letting people know that, hey, like, you're not alone, and I care about you as a person, and I want to see things happen to you, and good things happen to you, in the sense of sharing your generosity and your feelings and respect and care for someone. But at the same time, you may feel like I'm dumping my feelings and my emotions and all of this into a black hole. Like, this person doesn't, You know, it doesn't come back to me ever. It always is me giving, me reaching out, me seeing if they're okay. You know, the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And the truth is that the world needs nurturing and care and, you know, maternal love more than we even know right now in the world. Like the world is pretty much starved of that. And I do think during this week, your caring, calm, truthful words may have a very strong impact on a situation, but it's like, you know, I feel like it's kind of like I don't want to keep throwing my care, my love, my affection down an empty hole, you know, with the devil. And I do understand that, Aquarians. I really do, if that's where you're coming from. And with the Queen of Cups, you may be feeling like more emotional than usual. And you know, a lot of people needing your care and your perspective on things and your advice on things. But, you know, sometimes people don't, they really don't listen. They really, really don't listen, and they won't listen to reason. They won't listen to things. And they do things that are bad for them, regardless of how much affection, love, and care and support you pour into something. Okay. So some of you could be dealing with a situation like that that feels very emotionally challenging, where you end up feeling kind of guarded about something, is what I'm seeing at the end of the day. And Taylor said, oh, and Siren says, I have Mars in Aquarius. So this is definitely what resonating. Yeah, with the Mars in Aquarius particular too. Taylor says, I always watch and resonate with Aquarius readings, even though I'm a Scorpio. I don't know why. Taylor, that's so funny. It'd be interesting to look at your chart and see if, yeah, Siren is saying that you should take a look at your full natal chart and see if you've got something going on there. And oh, thank you, Golden Child Tarot. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I came right when Aquarius started. Perfecto. Yes, you did. You did. We're not going in order today, so we're just going how I feel we should go. And yeah. It's like for my Aquarians, I do think it's important for you to understand like where you're inputting advice, emotions, care, affection into something. And also Aquarians, with Mother's Day coming up, with the Queen of Cups and the Devil. You know, for those of my Aquarians here who have challenging relationships with their family or challenging relationships with their mothers, you know, Mother's Day may be one of those, you know, it is coming up here. And Holly mentioned it earlier in the comments, Mother's Day is coming up. And for some people, you know, that relationship that they have with their mother can be a very triggering thing, particularly around this time of year, particularly for caretakers and caregivers and people who are trying to help others become better versions of themselves. And, you know, oftentimes when we're doing that, and inadvertently triggers us into, you know, triggers us into a moment of, you know, codependency or old wounds coming up. But I feel like with the Ace of Swords here, Aquarius, you're like far more aware than you've ever been about these issues. And it's like you can see it happening in real time. It starts to happen in real time, and you have an instant awareness of, oh, okay, here's where I do that self-sabotaging thing with my emotions. Here's where I give too much away to this person, and it feels like it's going down an empty hole. And it's like a sudden realization that you get that's like, okay, I caught myself in the act of kind of giving away my power, Queen of Cups and the Devil. And I now realize what situations are triggering that. And I don't want to have any part in that anymore. And so it may be Aquarius, there may be a little bit of tough energy with that coming up in the next week. And hey, my emotions, care, affection, and love are better served working on self-discovery and self-realizations rather than dumping energy into a black hole, you know? And I'm going to go ahead and pull an animal card for Aquarius. Ah, yes, Aquarians. We have the panda and we have boundaries. And particularly when the devil comes up, yes, we do need to have a discussion about boundaries. It says your space is sacred. Guests who overstay their welcome impact your aura and you have every right to stand your ground. Your needs are important. You must nurture your soul, yeah, with the Queen of Cups, with the same gentle love and support that you offer to others. And so if you have guests at your home coming up, or there people are planning to come and stay with you, or you're taking care of someone, someone may be testing your boundaries, and it's like, yeah, you need to, whether that's cleaning up after someone, whether your significant other is staying over at your house and they make a mess and it's like, oh, here I am fucking cleaning up after this person again. It's a great time to have good boundaries at this moment and offer the gentle love and support to yourself. Okay. So Aquarians, that is yes. And Holly says kindness with self-awareness on yeah, kindness for self-awareness on people pleasing. Definitely, definitely. And like catching ourselves in one of those moments and being like, oh shit, there I did it again, like that type of thing. Can you guys hear my phone ringing in the background? I hope not. I should have put it on silent. Anyway, the Aquarians are getting all kinds of things today. They got the siren, they've got the phone call, they've got a lot going on. So Aquarians, perhaps, you get a special phone call with that Ace of Swords, okay? And we're going to go ahead and move. That's another siren. I know, siren. Like that is the Aquarians. We need to know what's going on with you guys because that was a phone call, a siren. The devil card came out. What do we got going on? Okay. So next I'm going to do the earth signs. I'm going to do Taurus now. Okay. So I just put that in there. And we are going to look at Taurus, okay? Happy birthday to all the Tauruses out there who are hopefully having a much better time in the month of May than the month of April, because that was a tough April. And let's go ahead and see. Let's do Taurus. And Siren, yeah, I'm a Taurus too as well. So let's see here. Happy birthday, Tauruses. And ooh, the Ace of Wands. I like it. Exciting, open-minded. It's so funny with Tauruses because we oftentimes get accused of being very stubborn and closed-minded about things. And it's kind of funny because right after Taurus comes the most, quote unquote, open-minded sign of all, Gemini. But there's something with the Ace of Wands here about being open-minded for Taurus, okay? And not letting ourselves get accused of not being open-minded. And especially Tauruses, if you are wanting to try something new sexually, or you're wanting to bend the rules a little, or you're wanting to have a little fun, or you're wanting to be open-minded about trying something new and doing something new sexually or sensually, I think it could be a good time for that. Venus is in Taurus right now. Venus is blessing. Not only do we have, not only do we have Taurus birthdays, but Venus is in her home sign of Taurus right now. So that could be quite a nice little passionate evening for some Tauruses out there who are looking to ramp up the passion and desire in their life. She is here and says, I love you. I love you too, she. Okay, so let's go ahead and see with the Tauruses. Let's see for Tauruses. What do they need to know up for the upcoming week? Let's see. Tauruses with the Ace of Wands, feeling like, feeling pressure, but feeling good pressure. It's good pressure. It's like, ooh, like that's nice. I'm excited. Something fun, something new going on. Ooh, the Tower. Talk about excitement and eruptions. And oh, Tauruses, what are you guys doing? Okay. Are we flirting right now, Tauruses? Are we flirting with disaster? Are we flirting with our, naughty? Are we thinking with, what are we thinking with our heads, or are we thinking with what's below, Taurus, is what I want to know. But that's spicy. We've got the Page of Wands with the Tower and the Ace of Wands. And, a lot of people say, oh, Tauruses, they're not that exciting. They're not really that open-minded. They like to play things safe. I don't feel like that's really you guys right now, Tauruses. You may have some other energies going on in your chart, fire, etc. But geez, someone called 911. Shorty's got it burning on the dance floor, as they say. Someone called 911. Shorty's on fire on the dance floor. And, I could see you guys, my Tauruses, like, Mars is in Aries right now too. And it's like, let me just throw this little match on this little fire and let me see what happens. Okay. Let me just, like throw this little whoop in the little bucket, and all of a sudden a huge flame, comes out of nowhere. And it's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. I'm playing with fire. I'm being naughty. I'm instigating shit. Okay. What are, what are we instigating, Taurus? What are we plotting? What are we doing here? And I mean, you're definitely on one over the next week. You are on one for sure. And you're like, I feel like you guys could have a very explosive effect on someone in your life. For those of you that are dating or getting to know someone, or you're looking to have a good time with someone, I think you're going to blow their mind. The Tower, I think, like their hair's going to be on fire. It'll be like, oh, Taurus set me off to the point of, total oblivion type of thing. And that could be a good thing, or that could be like, it depends on if you're looking for an early eruption or not. But I feel like doing something active. It's like, Taurus, if you do anything at all over the next week, I feel like anything you touch just goes up in flames. And that could be an exciting, it could be a very exciting, passionate week for you. You're like, geez, I barely touched that person and they went all crazy, and go Taurus. All right. And, but I also feel like if you're like instigating chaos, or you're like in trying to, like, life's been boring, I just want some excitement, anything will do. I just want to drum up some chaos and excitement. I mean, if you step a little tiny toe over that line, you're going to get it. Okay. You are going to get it, but perhaps in a way that you've been wanting to get it, if you get my drift, Taurus. Okay. And yeah, she said I did Gemini first, actually. I went in a different order. So you could always rewind the video, and I did Gemini first, but you can always watch your sun, moon, and rising if like all your different you could watch all three, because all three may have. Ooh, Siren says, definitely feeling inclined to take risks and take a leap of faith. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna like instigate whatever. I'm a little bad girl, or I'm a little bad boy, or whatever you got going on there, Taurus. Like, Taurus is like, I like to tango with the bad boys. Or just keep in mind though, Taurus, if you're like, yeah, I am trying to be more open-minded and I am, putting myself out there that way, just keep in mind that situations may get quickly like way more escalated and way more out of hand than you originally expected. Now, you might like that and you might not like that, depending on your appetite for things. Okay. So let's go ahead. I mean, Tower is definitely getting the engines revved up, and the Page of Wands is that person who gets us going and who gets us all fired up. Okay. So let's see here. You know, tempers could be a little bit hot as well, but I also just feel like there is something spicy happening here for the Tauruses. And let's get an animal card for the Tauruses here. Butterfly, metamorphosis. I love that. Pay attention to the areas in your life or personality that are in need of profound change or transformation. Yeah, like, you know, maybe taking a few more risks, maybe being a little bit more active. Like the Page of Wands needs to get up and move and do things and, you know, be a little bit more va-va-voom, be a little bit more creative, be a little bit less doing of the same thing every day. And maybe surprising the people around you, like, shit, I didn't think Taurus had it in them. Look what they went and did. And so we've got this transformation going on. You are about to enter a phase of expansion and growth, which will be highly beneficial for your future. And, you know, entering into new phases of expansion and growth can sometimes feel very scary with the Tower. It can be like, oh, everything's out of control, or I can't predict how things are going to go here, or I feel like I'm dealing with a live wire here. And there is massive change happening for you guys, and in a good way, in a positive way. And I actually think it, even if it does cause some chaos or things get a little bit out of control, I do think it's good for you, Taurus, okay, at this time. Like, you got to strike while the iron's hot, my friends. Okay, even if you don't know necessarily where something is going. Let's go ahead and move on to Virgo. So I'm going to put in the chat, I'm going to put Virgo next. Okay, so let's look at Virgo. Where's all the sun, moon, risings in Virgo? We are going to take a look at the energy coming up for Virgo. And let's grind it out. Yeah, here we go for Virgo. Virgo sun, moon, or rising. Let's see. Particularly for my Virgo moons, because I am getting something about Virgo moon right now too. And the Five of Cups. Okay. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Okay, you guys don't need my singing, but you get it. And let's see for Virgo. Oh, yes, the Ace of Cups, things will get easier. And, you know, here's the thing. For those of you that feel like, you know, you're in a Paula Abdul song, if you guys remember Paula Abdul from back in the day, where she sings the song, I take 2 steps forward and I take 2 steps back. And it's a song called Opposites Attract. And so there can be, I love the Ace of Cups here because it does represent you know, a time of healing, particularly for Virgos who have been dealing with health issues as well, and you're looking for some relief, and you feel like it's been 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. You know, I do feel like on a health level, things are going to calm down and things are going to get better. And you know, we have the 2 sevens here, the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. And it's like, I'm fighting for my life out here, you know, like I apply too much pressure and I scare the other person off. I try to back away and act like I don't care and give them more space and freedom. 7 of Swords. And, you know, it doesn't fucking work either. 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And I try to, you know, Virgos, especially Virgos who are having relationship ups and downs. And, you know, Virgo is a sign, it's a mutable sign, and it definitely has the power and ability to like make adjustments and be adaptable in situations. But I also feel like you've been kind of bummed out, Virgo, with the Five of Cups here, because it's like, hey, I try, I try to ease up. I try to push forward. It doesn't work in either case, okay? And I do feel like with the Ace of Cups, Virgos, some of you will be getting some type of an apology or some type of a thank you for being who you are type of a apology, because I feel like I just lost the word, but I feel like you've been kind of sticking your neck out there for others, or you've been taking on the brunt of something, or you've been trying to make the adjustments that are necessary in order to, respond in a particular situation, but at the same time, and you've got compassion. That's the thing, is that you do have a lot of, with the Ace of Cups, you do have a lot of compassion for someone's particular situation. And I feel like you're very hard on yourself sometimes, because it's like, well, I try to take 2 steps forward, it's 2 steps back. And I'm fighting for my life out here, with the Seven of Wands. I'm fighting for my life out here. Okay. But I actually feel like somebody approaches you, and I feel like their hand is towards you, and they approach you with an offer. And I feel like when you guys let go and ease up and kind of stop trying to push one way or push the other way, I feel like there's an opening there for love, or there's an opening there for them to kind of reach out and give you a peace offering. Okay. And, what I think Virgo needs is some much needed relief when it comes to this push and pull dynamic that has been making you guys very sad, and sometimes there just needs to be one person showing compassion to the other person. Hey, I get where you're coming from. I hear where you're coming from. I'm not trying to crowd you. I don't want to crowd you. I don't want to push you away, but at the same time, I care about you, and this could be with a friend. It could be with a lover or a potential lover. Yeah. And Holly says many folks are feeling the solar flares physically. Today's 5/5 portal is a great release opportunity heading towards the new moon. Yeah. I love the new moon in Taurus coming up. I think it's a really beautiful moment. I agree as well, Holly. Like, we all need some relief after everything here. And I am going to get an astrology card here for Virgos. Okay. And the Ace of Cups does talk about trust, trust and relax and renew. Okay. And it's almost like, I feel like with the Seven of Swords, you guys were overthinking something, or you were second guessing something a lot. But once you calm down and this other person, I feel like, reaches out or apologizes or said, I'm sorry, or, it's almost like sometimes people don't realize how hard other people are struggling until they find out the truth about something, Let's see here for Virgos. Let's get an astrology card here for Virgo. Okay, Virgos, let's see. All right. We got the 12th house and escape, and sometimes escape isn't always a bad thing, especially with the Ace of Cups. We all need a moment to get away from our, tension-filled lives of always feeling like we have to constantly watch our back, always feeling like we have to be on guard all the time. And you guys need a break, is what I feel like. Or I was going to call you guys Pisces, Virgo. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Pisces. I don't know why I just almost called you that, but you do need to let go of some tension and to relax, and maybe need an escape from your daily grind that you've got going on. Okay. But it can also be the 12th house where other people disappear or other people, we don't know what's going on with the other person. And that's where we're trying to, not put too much pressure, or we're trying to make sure we fight for something and they know they want us and all of that. And sometimes we just have to give up the ghost and like, as soon as we give up and relax, it's like everything becomes better. And maybe you and another person, you and a friend, you guys just need some space or time or a little bit of relaxing. Okay. And yes, opposite sign of Virgo is Pisces, and needing some release, and the 12th house is also where we find our sleep as well, and making sure, like with the Ace of Cups, that we're very comfortable, and if you've been tossing and turning, Seven of Swords, like worried about something, then I feel like, a good rest is important too for you, Virgo, in the upcoming week. Okay. And let's see. I want to get an animal card for Virgo. Okay, let's get an animal card for Virgo. I want that one. B, and productivity. It's time to examine your productivity, disorganization, and indecisiveness. Yeah, the indecisiveness with the Seven of Swords and, the Seven of Wands, trying to muscle your way through a difficult moment. Because you were indecisive, now you missed an opportunity. So you have to apply like much more effort than you originally planned. And it says to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get to where you want to go and what will take you there. Okay. And maybe to do that, you need time to unplug. You need time to rest. And the 12th house is also where we find like our dreams. So perhaps some of you are going to have a very lovely dream with this Ace of Cups in the 12th house that's going to kind of let you know, like, you need a clear view of how to get to where you want to go and what it will take to get there. Otherwise, it can feel 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to Capricorn. Let's move on to Capricorns. And I'm going to take a drink of water. All right. And I'm going to make a comment here that says Capricorn next. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to our lovely Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising in Capricorn. Okay. And let's do Capricorn. Let's see what is coming up for Capricorns. Show me Capricorns. Let's see. Show me Capricorns. Oh, you're rolling through these. Oh, thanks, Holly. Like I'm rolling through these. I'm not taking forever. Thank God, right? Let's see. Capricorn, I know sometimes I spend way too much time on stuff. Yeah, Capricorns, Knight of Pentacles. I like that. Sexy, sturdy, very nice energy. Ooh, Page of Pentacles, Capricorn. 8 of Pentacles. Heck yeah. Ooh, okay now. Where's the siren again? The devil's coming up again. And in this case, though, with Capricorn, I don't feel it's as, tough maybe as it was with Aquarius. Okay. In the case with the devil coming up here, it can just be our own insecurities. It can be because I feel like you guys, Capricorns, you're set to have a very productive week if you want to, and to be very focused and to have your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Okay. And yeah, and there is some really strong growth, I feel, for you guys with the Page of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles, talks about the prudent use of our resources. And, putting our mind to work and staying focused on things. Particularly for my Capricorns, if you struggle with the double card here, if you struggle with ADHD, if you struggle with anything mental health related, if you struggle with staying focused and that type of thing, I feel like, or even for my Capricorns who are, workaholics and who are constantly busy all the time, and you never give yourself a break, and you're very self-critical, and you think, what you're doing isn't important enough or good enough, and I feel like Spirit is saying like what you're working on and what you're doing is very important. And for those of you trying to meet a deadline as well, for my Capricorns, you have a deadline looming over you, or that there is something important you need to finish by the end of the week and it's freaking you out, or you need to finish it by the end of the month, perhaps for some of you. And the upcoming week is going to be very important to stay disciplined and focused, and to, really hone in on what you're working on. And I feel like Capricorns, you're becoming like really skillful at what you're doing, and, very like wonderful and skillful with what you're doing. But it kind of feels like with the double here that maybe you're still holding yourself back, or you're talking to your own self in a way that's, your self-talk is maybe a little bit, mean towards yourself. Or it's like, for those of you that grew up in a very strict, religious, critical household where things had to be done perfectly and things had to be done like, you had to clean your room at such and such time by such and such date. You had so many chores that you had to do. You had so many things that you needed to figure out and do on your own. I feel like, you're a real example to other people in the way that you, really learn to take control of your time, your effort, and your energy. But there can always be that little voice in our head that's like, oh, what you're doing isn't worth anything. It's not important. It doesn't matter. And that can make us feel really sad about what we're working on and what we're doing, but Capricorns, I feel like, and for those of you Capricorns who are doing your best to lead a healthy lifestyle, and perhaps you've dealt with, addictions or unhealthy habits in the past, or relationships. I also feel for my Capricorns where you've had relationships with people who have been very bad for your mental health, or who were, struggled with addiction themselves. And together, you and that person really had a lot of problems together. But away from that energy, you're very like determined and focused and strong about what you're doing. And for my Capricorns, I feel like the upcoming week isn't really a time to indulge in things too much. And I feel like it's not really a week to let you get distracted with a lot of things. I feel like it's a week where you need to stay very focused. And some of my Capricorns, you may be like single right now, and you feel like, well, all I do is work, or you're feeling like a real workaholic over the next week. And it may be that work and focus is the really healthy thing for you to do right now for yourself. And, and sometimes when we're nervous about something in our life, we throw ourselves into our work because we're like nervous about something, looming or coming ahead in the future. And I do feel like it's a good time for you to focus and learn and study and work, and not get too distracted by A, your own worries, or B, the unhealthy habits of other people around you. Okay. And Holly says, Diligence and dedication to the point of perfection can be detrimental. Yes, that is very true. Yes, that is very true. And especially for my Capricorns who are Saturn ruled anyway and tend to be hard on themselves or work themselves too hard. Yeah. And Bozana, hi there. Oh, you're welcome, Bozana. You are welcome. And yeah, Holly, I do see what you're saying. And I think the cards really do reflect that too, that diligence and dedication to the point of perfection can be very detrimental to us, you know? And it may be a week where you guys are like, I can't really afford to make mistakes right now. I need to be really focused on what I'm doing. And if that's the case, I totally understand. But, you know, Capricorns do try to like, if you're starting to feel a lot of pressure or you're feeling paranoid about something not being good enough, just, you know, hold back on that because you're not done with it yet. And you need to give yourself time before you start like judging the results, you know? So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. Let's get an animal card for our Capricorns here. And then I think we're actually going to do water signs. I think next, I think I want to do Pisces next, and where I'm just not even going in any particular order here, but Capricorns. You guys, oop, can you hear my dog in the background, you guys? I am sorry if that scared you guys. It scared me. Anyway, as soon as I pulled up the lion, yeah, the lion. Okay. It says control, you know, and when we're dealing with the double energy, yes, it can bring about issues with control. Okay, it says, and maybe because we have a lion here, maybe some of you are dealing with a Leo, Capricorns, or you're dealing with a Virgo or a Taurus, another earth sign. But I can see this lion here. It says, if you have moderate aggressive impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your levels of frustration. And, you know, when we have the devil and the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, also, my Capricorn, some of you may be dealing with sexual frustration right now, too. That you're frustrated, you're working hard at something, but you're frustrated. And, you know, the lion is an invitation to control our tempers. Okay. I know that can be really hard too, right? You are encouraged to explore your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your levels of frustration. Yeah. And the Page of Pentacles is very open. The Page of Pentacles is also very practical and realistic about things. And I feel like you are, the more practical and realistic you are, or the more you try to make sense of something, the more that something else may frustrate you or confuse you. But at the same time, you're still being encouraged to do do your best at what you're doing and stay dedicated to what you're working on. Okay. And if you feel someone trying to control what you're working on coming up next week, I feel like the message is just keep working. The work isn't quite done yet. But if somebody is like, you know, frustrating you, Capricorns, maybe some of you are overworked as well with all this like earth energy and all the pentacles and stuff. And maybe some of you are sexually frustrated and overworked. Okay. And if that's the case, maybe you do need to blow off some steam in a healthy way for my Capricorns. Okay. So Capricorns, that is what I am getting for you, my lovelies. And I'm going to do water signs, but I'm going to do them backwards. I'm going to do Pisces next. Okay. And let's go ahead and take a look. All right, Pisces, here we go, my lovelies. Let's take a look at what you guys have going on here for the upcoming week for Pisces, okay? Pisces, what about Pisces for the upcoming week, please? What about Pisces? All right, my loves. Let's go ahead. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. There's the lion again that we were just talking about on the strength card. Okay. And we've got the emperor for Pisces. We've got the 8 of swords and the 4 of pentacles. Okay. Pisces, I think this is a week where you need to trust yourself to make the right decision about something. And with the 8 of swords and the 4 of pentacles, you may be holding yourself back from doing something, or you may be playing it a little bit too safe. Okay. And I think, and you may be telling yourself, oh, I need more time. I don't know what to do. I need more time. But I actually feel like you just, with the emperor here, I feel like you do know what you need to do. And there is an important decision for you to make next week. And, you know, pretending, I don't know how, like, and I do this myself, Pisces, so don't feel bad, but like, I'll do that to myself. I'll be like, oh, I don't know if it's the right time. I don't know if it's the right decision. I'll like overly question something. And I feel like that can be very exhausting mentally. And, you know, the 8 of swords can be where we have like so many ideas and we have so many possible outcomes that we just, with the 4 of pentacles, that we just don't do anything because there's too many choices and it's too confusing. And so there is a temptation, I think, in the next week for you guys to, you know, I don't know. I feel like you guys are saying, I don't know why this person is holding back. They came on so strong, you know, and it could be this emperor coming on really, really strong or coming on fast. Oh, let's see. Did you notice how, oh my God, Franny stopped her sound clearing once you finished Capricorn. Yeah, Holly, I did notice that. That is interesting because my dog was barking at the end of Capricorn and the devil came up just like when it came up in Aquarius and we were talking about the sirens. Anyway, um, tarot is spooky. Yeah, we got to clear the air. And the sound clearing, I like it. You know, the 8 of swords could be very hear no evil, see no evil. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to wait it out. You know, with the 8 of swords and the 4 of pentacles, I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to wait it out. Somebody that came on very strong, perhaps Pisces, you're dealing with somebody that did come on really strong, or it really seemed like they were interested. It really seemed like they wanted to invest in your project. It really seemed like they wanted to take you out. It really seemed like they wanted to, you know, be your roommate or work with you on something or partner with you on a project. Like it really seemed like they wanted to, and they possibly were very, you know, adamant about telling you, oh yeah, count on me. You can count on me. And now I feel like you're like, well, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on. Like they said that they were wanting to jump on board on this with me, but now I feel like they're kind of holding back. The 4 of Pentacles. And actually for you guys, Pisces, I'm going to use my romance deck right here because I feel like some of you could be dealing with a romantic situation where, like I said, they came on hard, quick, all of that. but lately you've been feeling like you're in the dark and you're not sure where things really stand, or the person really isn't investing what they originally acted like they were willing to put in. Okay. And it's kind of leaving you confused, is what I feel, Pisces. So I am going to see here. I am going to use my romance oracle for Pisces, and reunion is on the bottom of the deck. So there's like, okay. So this emperor is saying soon, I'll be with you soon. I'll talk to you soon. I'll fully be present with you soon. Ooh, chemistry. Now, here's the thing, and this is coming up on the Eight of Swords, and it's like, oh, we had all this chemistry. We had all this yummy chemistry with one another. And look at them in the rain, kissing in the rain. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. And this emperor, look at the flame underneath the emperor. And it says soon. You see the candles with the flame. And yeah, so soon, chemistry. Okay. And ooh, we have an ex-lover. What is going on, Pisces? You got some messiness going on in your love life right now. This Four of Pentacles is coming through on an ex-lover. Okay. And I feel like a lot of this questioning that's come up for you, like questioning the chemistry or questioning what's there, has to do with somebody reminding you of an ex-lover. Now, maybe you had this situation with an ex-lover where they came on really strong and there was all this chemistry, but you never really knew what was going on, or you never really, and then they would hold back, or they would, in one moment, be very passionate towards you, and then in other moments behave very conservatively towards you. And it had you wondering and doubting about the chemistry. Okay. And I feel like, if for those of you that do have a new person in your life, I feel like what Spirit is saying with the Eight of Swords here is, don't equate someone new as being the same as someone from your past. Okay. I feel like that's what Spirit is saying, is don't try to equate a new person with the person that you were with in the past, who used to play mind games with you, or at times made you feel very wanted and passionate and would just kind of show up whenever, and then other times was very cold or rejecting, or not acting like they don't really care. Okay. And perhaps ever since then, your guys' read on whether someone's attracted to you or not, or whether they have chemistry with you or not, has been kind of up in the air since then. Okay. I feel like this Emperor, though, means business. And with the soon card there, it's like, oh, there is chemistry there. They will see you soon. Okay. Or you will hear from them soon. Let's get an animal card for you, Pisces, and we will then move on to Cancer. Oh my gosh. Everything is going off. Did you guys just hear my doorbell ring? Literally, I don't have this many. That's insane. And then we have dog and loyalty coming up in the background. And my dog is absolutely freaking out right now. So, wow, that's way more excitement than I ever wanted or needed. It's probably just the Amazon guy, but whatever. Anyway, so it says dog and loyalty. You may be feeling like those around you let you down, or not doing their fair share of the work. Okay. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better than mixed signals. Okay. And so if you were with an ex who gave you a lot of mixed signals about their feelings, And loyalty is now very important to you, Pisces. I totally get that. And I totally understand where you're coming from on that. And this comes as a reminder that loyalty does exist and you must not settle for anything less than loyalty. Okay, Pisces? So that is what I am getting for you, my friends. Interesting energy. Let's move on to Cancer. Okay. My poor puppy, like she is just, she's just going crazy, you guys. And let's go to Cancer now. Okay. And I'm going to start with Cancer. Ooh, like all the barking. I swear, you guys, like I haven't had the phone ringing, the barking. God save us. Anyway, let's move on to Cancer. Okay. So what is upcoming for Cancer in the next week, please? What is upcoming for Cancer? What is upcoming for Cancer in the next week? Cancers. All right. She's got the perimeter patrolled on lockdown. I know. Franny does. My God. She's just a little thing, but she sounds so loud, It's unbelievable. Cancers. We have the Hermit. Maybe some Cancers are working with a Virgo. We have the Strength card here. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Cancers. Wow. I feel you guys are stronger than ever. And the Nine of Pentacles in the tarot is the Lord of material gain. So I really do feel like your guides are popping in, Cancers, to tell you, look, we want you to be as comfortable as possible, and we want you to feel like very sure of yourself. We want you to feel very comfortable in your own skin. We want you to live in an environment that feels very like nurturing, safe, comforting, is materially like growing as well. And this could have to do with beautification of yourself or your home or your wardrobe. Okay. Like if you're like, I need to go spend some money on a nice clothing item. Okay. Venus is in Taurus right now, which is very complementary to Cancer, which forms a sextile to Cancer. And so maybe it is time to, get a cute haircut or buy yourself something beautiful to wear. It's time to like spruce up your look. And so that you're feeling, I feel like with the Strength card, you're feeling willing to tackle things and you're feeling confident in yourself. Okay. And the Strength card is a Leo card. So it does talk about, creative power, confidence, quiet confidence. It doesn't have to be, bragging or yelling. And, you might be very contemplative with the Hermit here, Cancers. There might be an aspect of you in the next week that's very, contemplative and quiet and meditative. And the Hermit is very simple. The Hermit is like dressing simple, humble, like not needing a bunch of fancy clothes, like not needing all new like labels and brands and everything like that. But the Hermit could also be like maybe a little too humble or a little too, like Cancers, if you have, especially for my Cancers that have children, let me give you guys a message, because I feel like if you've been going without because of your kids or because of money, and you haven't wanted to spend any money too much on yourself, like you haven't wanted to buy yourself a new shirt or spend money on a haircut or get something nice for your home, like you have been very like maybe even denying a little bit to yourself. Like, I don't need any frills. I don't need any extras or frills or anything like that. But maybe you've been feeling kind of like drab, you know what I mean? Or you've been feeling kind of dreary or drab, or you feel like your clothing is like not really like expressing you, and you feel kind of like not creative or not inspired. And the two of swords is on the bottom of the deck. So perhaps for the last couple of months you've been in a little bit of a funk. I don't really know what's wrong, but I'm just kind of like not feeling like myself, or I just feel kind of bland or boring, or I'm not really blinged out. And Alexandria, hi here. Hello. We are on Cancer, my friend. We are on Cancer, but I'm not going in order, so I'm all over the place. And but we're on Cancer right now. So perhaps Cancers, you've been feeling like kind of like blah about yourself, and you've been going without because, you're like, well, I'm not like a superficial person, and I'm not like, I'm willing to make sacrifices for other people. Okay. But I feel like in the next week, and particularly from now until like Leo season, like from now through your birthdays, Cancer, I feel like Spirit is telling you guys, like, take pride in yourself, Nine of Pentacles, spruce yourself up, buy yourself something nice. You've saved enough money, or you've sacrificed, or it's okay for you to like, splurge a little on yourself, and to like let your confidence to get your confidence back a little bit, and spend some time primping yourself, or spend some time like getting back to your old confidence that you used to have, that type of thing. And I'm also getting something for Cancers who were bullied, or Cancers who like came from, meager backgrounds, or, you got made fun of because of the clothes you were wearing, or people weren't very nice to you. Maybe some of you grew up, in family situations where there wasn't, there was hand-me-downs, or there wasn't a lot of, money to go around and things like that. And we can get used to a very simple way of existing with the Hermit. But I also feel like Strength represents Leo, and there is that part of Leo that is luxurious, and the Nine of Pentacles is also very luxurious too. And allowing yourself to have a little bit of luxury, allowing yourself to, to feel good about yourself, Cancers, allowing yourself to do that, and allowing yourself to, oh, thanks, Holly. Yes, we've done air signs, earth signs, and now we are on water, and then we have fire left to do. So Cancers, for those of you that have been like not really allowing yourself to have more luxuries, or to shine more, or to be more like noticeable, and maybe there is kind of a fear around being noticed or being noticeable, and you've just been like, God, I feel tired. God, I feel old. I don't really feel like I want to shine that way, but I feel like Spirit is saying, yeah, like, this is how Stella got her groove back, is the Nine of Pentacles and the Strength card. And, it's time to prioritize some things that will make you and help you feel better about yourself. You deserve it, Cancer. Okay. And it may help you, for those of you that feel you've kind of been in a funk, or you've just been very like alone or in a funk, and you want to feel more confident and more like yourself. I feel like from now until your birthday, start doing that stuff, because I feel like you're gonna find like a new style that you never really expressed before, or and it'll stick too. It's not just going to be like some trendy thing that comes and goes. It's like, no, you dress different, you feel better, your hair looks great, like, you know, all that stuff that we need in life. Yeah, we have gentleness here, and the deer, the nurturing. Of course, deer represents, you know, the moon and the mother and all of that. For Cancers, this is a reminder to be more gentle with yourself and others. The grace, the sensitivity, and the gentleness of this spirit animal echo the qualities brought forth when living from the heart. Yeah, which is, you know, a very strength card type of thing of living from the heart. And yeah, I like that. This is a reminder to be more gentle. And I feel like for Cancers, you're going to, by the end of, you know, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer season, you're going to feel like way more attractive, clean, nice, pretty, confident. Like, you know, this time is really meant for you to work on that, is what I feel, Cancers. Okay. And so let's go ahead and move on to Scorpio. And then after that, we have fire signs. Okay, so I'm going to type Scorpio now. Okay. Yes, Holly says, share your desire for healthy change with a dear friend, Cancer. Aw. I love that. That's very sweet. Yeah. And for the Cancers to be a little bit more gentle with themselves. We know the Cancers are always, you know, giving to others and all of that, but, you know, doing something good for ourselves. I just saw the Two of Cups, you know, Cancers, so that may even open up, you know, new love for you if that's what you're looking for. Okay, but let's go ahead and move on to Scorpio. Let's do Scorpio. Okay. For my Scorpios now, Scorpios, my darlings, let's go ahead and see what you have coming up for the next week for Scorpionic energy. Okay. Scorpios. Ooh la la. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, Scorpio, the sun. And, you know, we're in Taurus season. Taurus is opposite to Scorpio. So perhaps you like this time of year, Scorpio, because, you know, there's always something inherent in that opposite sign energy that, you know, I also feel someone close to you could be having a birthday coming up, Scorpio. Okay. Maybe you're a Taurus that has Scorpio placements and your birthday is coming up, or you're a Scorpio that has Taurus friends or family, or you've got a kid that has a kiddo that has a Taurus birthday. But oh, happy day with the sun. Okay. Oh, happy day. And it is, May is a nice month. It's, you know, it's the flowers are in bloom, everything's waking up, there's more sunshine. We have the Judgment card. Okay. Okay. What I am getting, Scorpios, is some of you dealing with some money issues and some financial survival money issues. Okay. And what I see you guys wanting to do is perhaps a friend's having a birthday, a family member, somebody's graduating. You know, it's a celebration. It's a good time. It's a nice time. But I also, this is on the bottom of the deck, but you guys are coming up with Judgment and the Moon. And so what I'm getting here is like, wow, it's, I want to be happy and I want to celebrate and I want to, you know, throw a party or buy a gift or, you know, all of that. But how am I going to swing all of this? You know, how am I going to, and that can sometimes happen when we have like people in our family that have multiple birthdays in a row, plus graduation. You know, there's just a lot of, you know, quinceañeras and confirmations and weddings, like, you know, we're coming into the time of the year when there's a lot of those events happening. There's a lot of reasons to celebrate and to be happy and to enjoy. And And, especially for my Scorpios that have kids and you want your kiddo to have like a really fun day. Or if you don't have kids, if you're like, well, I want to enjoy myself more and I want to have more fun and I want to carpe diem, Natalie. I want to seize the day, carpe diem. But how am I supposed to go have fun and enjoy my life and everything when I'm dealing with some real heavy shit, with the Judgment and the Moon card? And Scorpios, for my Scorpios that are going to be getting their periods as well, like I just have to bring it up for next week. Like if you're getting your period and like when you get your period, you get into a very dark, like you get very moody, which happens to the best of us, but you get very fatalistic or you get very moody or you feel like, there's like happiness going on around you, but it's like, I don't know if I can be a part of it. I'm feeling very moody, or I'm not feeling my best, or especially for my Scorpios who have like really heavy periods, or you have really big, mood swings around hormonal stuff. Scorpios, I just want to bring that up because coming up in the next week, you may have something like that where you feel like you want to be happy and you want to go to the celebration and you want to have the fun, but it's also like your body is not cooperating or your body is telling you, no, you need to rest or you need to lay in bed. And you might just need a day where everyone leaves you alone. It's like, I'm going to need a day where everybody leaves me the hell alone for a little bit. Because I'm about to crack, with the Judgment card. And with the Moon, it can talk about having too many family responsibilities or, having too many, and the Moon also has to do with our physical body, as I mentioned. So you could feel like, an old pain came up or an old, for those of you that have a knee that continually will hurt, or, a pain in your neck or your shoulder, or, cramps or just anything, Scorpio, I would say, give yourself, especially, the Moon is having to do with Monday. It's Moon Day or Monday. And today's Sunday, and I am doing the weekly forecast. So, Monday could kind of get off to a hard start for my Scorpios. Like, fuck, this is, the kids are crying, the blah, blah, blah. Or I'm trying to get myself out of bed for work and I feel like shit and I've got my period, just the whole thing that can sometimes happen in life where we can feel cranky or annoyed or angry. And, here's the 8 of Cups. It's kind of like, fuck it. I don't care, you guys are like, I don't care if they miss me at the party. I don't care if they don't like that I'm not there. I feel like shit. I don't feel good. Leave me the hell alone. The 8 of Cups. Okay. So I'm cranky. I'm tired. I'm crabby. Don't bother me. Leave me alone. Scorpios. And for those of you who are, with your partner or you're partnered up with someone or you're dating someone, it's like, I'm just having a rough day, and perhaps you need someone to vent to as well. For my Scorpios, like, hey, I'm just having a rough day and I need somebody to talk to. Or you may feel like everyone is venting at you as well. And it's like, I can't take this shit. 8 of Cups, I got my own problems, I can't really take it all. And Holly says, I know a couple of Scorpios experiencing polyvalg shutdown due to unhealed trauma. Patience and self-care are important. Yes. Yes, Holly. I haven't heard of polyvagal shutdown, but it doesn't, is that something with the reproductive system, Holly? And that may be another thing where there are people around you that are in really good moods, or they're like, yeah, they're hyper or full of energy, or you would like to be hyper and full of energy and happy because it is a happy day, somebody's birthday, graduation, whatever. But yeah, you're just not feeling it. And you may have to miss an event here, Scorpio. Like you had plans or you had dinner plans with friends or you planned a date, but it's like, I'm not feeling good. I need a day, and some of you may even contemplate taking Monday off of work or just, I'm not feeling well. I need a fucking day. I need a minute, and that's okay. If you're feeling that way, that is totally a-okay. And you may just need people to kind of like leave you be for a while. I think, you know, a week and a half from now, because this is the 8th. So maybe even bleeding a little bit into the next Monday, Scorpios, you might still be feeling that way, but I kind of feel like, you're going to feel better. It's just, you need some time right now. It's like, don't bother me. Don't me. Don't guilt me, either. Like, I want to be there. I'd like to go, but don't guilt me. I'm not feeling well. Okay. And the 8 of Cups can also be a boundary card. It is a Saturn card, and it does represent Saturn and Pisces, which we have right now. So it's like, I want to go, but I'm sad to miss the event, but I'm not feeling it right now. And that's okay if that's where you're at. Yep. And Holly says that CPTSD symptoms felt through the body's overstimulated nervous system. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yep. And the 8 of Cups was where we can sometimes feel a little guilty. And it's like, I am happy for you. Like, but maybe send money. There's the Ace of Pentacles underneath the sun. Like, if you can't be there, Scorpio, again, well, we talked about the money issues as well, but if you can send money in place of you being there, then that might be okay. All's forgiven. If you got to go to a graduation or event or a quinceañera or whatever you have to go to, like, maybe just send money and somebody will be happy with that. Because you can't always, sometimes you just have to, like, you can't make everything, sometimes you just have to, like, not show up for something. And we are going to get an animal card here. And for my Scorpio people, let's take a look at the animal card here for Scorpio. We have turkey and good news. Okay. You may soon receive an important but very unexpected gift. Ooh, that would be nice. Like a money gift. The Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, that would be nice, right? An unexpected money gift, perhaps. Accept this with deep respect. Someone has sacrificed a lot to help you open doors and grow. A lot of things will change for the better. Yeah, and Judgment is talking about change. And the moon is like, where things are very confusing and things are very rough at the moment. The moon is a difficult path, but the 8 of Cups signals moving on to something better, moving on to the 9 of Cups, much nicer energy. If someone does go out of their way to attend an event for your child or for you, or brings a gift of money, or you do that for someone, there is a need to accept the gift with deep respect, for someone has sacrificed a lot to help you open doors and grow, which is very, that's very lovely. That is very lovely indeed. Hey there. Hey, Chris. I see your star and your heart there. Thank you so much. Good to see you. And next we are going to move on to fire signs. And I am going to start with Aries, okay? And we just have fire signs left over to do. And we start with Aries first, but today we started with Gemini today, actually. Mixing it up on you guys, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at Aries. What does Aries need to know for the following week? What does Aries need to know? Aries, my loves. Okay. Justice on the bottom of the deck, which is Libra energy. And what's so funny is that in the Libra reading, Aries showed up. So if you're a Libra who's dealing with an Aries or an Aries who's dealing with the Libra, welcome to your reading. You're in both of each other's readings. So anyway, let's see here. Ooh, we got the Two of Cups. Oh, we got the Ten of Swords and the King of Wands. Okay. Excuse me while I take a drink there. And the King of Wands in the tarot represents a Sagittarius. So perhaps there is a Sagittarius involved in the situation here too. Okay. And you know what? Here's the thing. When someone tries to we have the Two of Cups here. So there is a lot to be learned through compromise, through equal sharing, through equal partnership, okay, through seeing each other as equals. All right. There's a lot of healing in that. But if somebody is trying to force their views on someone else or trying to force something to go the way they want it to go, it's not going to work. Okay. And that's the whole thing I feel for you guys. And there has to be compromise and balance in the connection with Justice on the bottom of the deck here. And there is real feelings, I feel like here, Aries, between you and someone else. There is a real connection and a real feelings there. But as soon as somebody tries to force their views on a situation, make it all about themselves and what they want, while not considering anyone else's feelings or the effect it has on anyone else, that can really ruin things. And I do feel like there is somebody that you're dealing with, Aries, who made a bad judgment about you or made a bad decision in a connection with you. Or Aries, this person thinks that this connection is completely over and there's nothing left there anymore, and that you're just done with it and that's it, and was really, really hurt by what someone said or did, but there's still love there, okay? There's still feelings underneath it all. Even though this King of Wands said the wrong thing, did the wrong thing, took the wrong action, thinks that everything that they said or did blew up in their face or didn't work, there's still, I feel somebody who's normally very optimistic feels very hopeless about a situation. Okay. The King of Wands is very optimistic energy, wanting to see the best in things, wanting to look forward to something. And this King of Wands is I don't have anything to look forward to anymore. Or I don't have, I'm not optimistic anymore. Or I feel very dead inside about a particular thing. And one question I'm getting is, did I do this to you or did I do this to myself? And I think it may be both. Somebody did something that wasn't very nice, okay? And not only did they do it to you, but they did it to themselves. And this King of Wands, who's normally pretty optimistic, is feeling pretty, like we said, feeling pretty hopeless about the situation, or feeling like there's nothing that can really be done to fix it, or is feeling like, somebody kind of like stabbed them in the back or didn't care. And, I feel like this King of Wands is mad about the way that a conversation last went, or could tell from the last conversation that you and this person had that things were not working out. Okay. And I do feel like somebody feels bad for their part in that. And there still is love, compassion, and forgiveness in the situation. But there is some toxic stuff here too, as well, Aries. I feel like with the Ten of Swords in the middle there. I'm going to use my romance deck for you guys for my Aries. And yep, North Node and South Node making their presence known. Yeah, and Aries and Libra, right, Holly? The dragon, enter the dragon with the North Node and the South Node. And, let's see. And I feel like with this Two of Cups and Ten of Swords, my feelings were hurt. Okay. You hurt my feelings. And there's still feelings there, though. But somebody did hurt the other person's feelings, okay? Aries, there was somebody hurting feelings here. You hurt my feelings. And I feel very bad about that, okay? You hurt my feelings. I hurt your feelings. Feelings were hurt, for sure. Okay, let's look at the romance deck and see what else here is coming up for Aries. What else can you tell me about Aries here? Aries. Ooh, an ex-lover on the bottom of the deck, Aries. Okay. You hurt my feelings, but there's still something within me that carries passion, fire, connection for you. Yes, you hurt my feelings, but yeah, I will never forget. Look at that card. And doesn't that look very Aries-esque to you with the reds in the background there? And the sun is a heart. And it says, I will never forget the Two of Cups. I'll never forget the love that was shared. Can't forget it, won't forget it. But it's painful. Ten of Swords, it's very painful. Oh, wow. I'm lost without you. Ten of Swords. Okay, I feel hopeless. I feel like downcast. I don't feel as optimistic. I've got a bad, the King of Wands and the Ten of Swords. I got a bad feeling about this. And I don't feel happy or optimistic about something. I feel very lost without you. Okay. I'm lost without you. My world is very bleak. Okay. And perhaps Aries, for you, there is someone that you shared really strong feelings with, a really strong bond. It even could be a friendship. And it's like, I'm never going to forget the way that we felt together. And I am lost without you. Okay. Oh, we've got obsession with this King of Wands. Okay. So, with the Ten of Swords, like thinking about something over and over and over again to the point of unhealthy obsession. Okay. And, someone clearly missing you this week, Aries. And there may be another fire sign that has an unhealthy obsession for you, okay, and feels very lost and with nothing, lost and without anything since you've been gone, okay? And yikes, Aries, what is going on there? Do you guys have someone really obsessed over you that hurt your feelings, or they hurt your feelings? I feel there was a mutual hurting of feelings with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords. It hurt my feelings, but I'll never forget what it was like to be with you. And I'm still obsessed over you. Ooh, drama. Okay, and Chris says, I'm a Scorpio sun, moon, and Venus, and I just watched the Scorpio rising. It was scary, accurate. Oh, Chris. Aw. Well, I'm glad I still have some talent left in me after all these years of reading. I don't know. Sometimes as a reader, I feel like I'll even question myself and I'll be like, do I even know what I'm doing anymore after years and years of giving readings? And then I come to find out, oh, I guess I still know what I'm doing, which is good. But Chris, I'm sorry you're going through that though at the same time. Like it's not always happy to be right either, because it's like, oh, if it's something hard going on, it can be hard to be right in those cases. But thank you for your comment and your feedback. I really appreciate that. And let's get one more card here. Okay, for Aries. And we have Fox and opportunities. And, the King of Wands, very foxy like, with the opportunities. But you must be quick to move out of your comfort zone, especially when the situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Open your mind to new ways of doing things. Once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. Yeah, Two of Cups, blessings, and the King of Wands is about being quick and not wasting any time and getting out of comfort zone and being, flexible and not drowning, trying not to drown too much in our own sorrows. And I know, for some people that are very active, physically active, into sports, into, like they're busy all the time, they like to keep moving. Sometimes people are like that when they're trying to kind of keep the depression at bay, like they're into sports, they're into being active because they don't want, they want to be active and staying with things because A, they don't want to miss out on opportunities, and B, they don't want to fall into, a black pit of despair. And I can understand that. The King of Wands is very, very active. And this King of Wands is looking for an opportunity to a new way of doing something which is more collaborative and is more like considerate of other people's feelings instead of just me first, only my way or the highway type of thing. Okay. But the King of Wands is also very, sharp and on the lookout for opportunities. Okay. Anyway, so Aries, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. I hope that reading resonated for you. Now, let's go ahead and move on to Leo. Leo now, okay? And last but very not least, we will be doing Sagittarius, okay? So we are going to work on Leo right now, and we're going to find out what is coming up for Leo. What is coming up here for Leo? Sun, moon, or rising in Leo. Let's see. What is ahead for Leo? What is ahead for Leo, please? Okay. Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, Leo. And Libras had the Three of Cups as well in their reading. But let's go ahead. Ooh, and I like the Queen of Wands underneath there too. That's very Leo. Okay, let's see. We've got the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Empress. Okay. And ooh, Leos, if you're worried about making a good impression on someone, it's gonna be fine. They should be worried about making a good impression on you, not the other way around. Because if you're like, well, I don't know, like, I don't know if they're gonna like me, or I don't know if I'll make a good impression, or I'm concerned that they won't be attracted to me, or they won't think that I'm fun, or they won't like want to spend more time with me. I feel like, whoa, Leos, like, come on, come back to earth, my Leos. Like you're coming through as the Empress. And if some of you have been worried about your relationship, or you've been worried that somebody like doesn't find you attractive or isn't into you anymore or isn't happy with you anymore, I feel like this person is saying, what the hell are you talking about? Of course I'm happy. Look at this, the Nine of Cups. Of course I'm happy. I'm happy with you. What would make you think that? And sometimes we just wait for the other shoe to drop in life. Like we think things are so good, or we're having such a good week or such a good moment that we're just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, because it's like, oh, well, I don't know, it could go really wrong or really bad, but I actually feel like um Spirit is saying, no, it's going to go really well. You're going to make a really good impression on someone. Okay. And it is a good week for you guys getting over your fears. If you need to go on interviews, if you're interviewing for new positions, if you're going on dates, if you're, and you're wondering about like, what impression am I making? And you're worried about it with this Nine of Swords, I feel like Spirit is saying, don't be worried about it. You're doing fine, okay? More than fine. And you're coming off very together, very beautiful, very, passionate and classy and together and sexy. And maybe underneath it all, you don't feel that way with the Nine of Swords. You're like, actually, I'm really worried that I didn't make a good impression. It's like, no, you did. Don't worry. You're okay, Leo. You are just fine, my loves. Let me go ahead and I'm going to get a zodiac card for you guys here. And you could be overthinking something that actually is going to be quite nice, and perhaps some of you are thinking about your vacation, upcoming vacation plans, summer vacations, particularly Leos who work in the hospitality industry. If you work in public relations, if you work in hoteling, if you work in the travel industry, I see some good revenue coming in with the Empress. I see some good money, some good revenue. And I see you being at the helm of an event. I see you and I think Leos, it does help to be kind with people. I'm sure that people that work underneath you. For my Leos out there, where you're managers or you're in some type of a boss position, and you're being like very generous and caring and kind with others, it does help this week, because there could be people around you that are worried that they're not living up to your expectation, or they're not doing a good job. Okay. And you may be worried that someone isn't happy in their role or in their position with you, whether it's at your job or a relationship. I feel like they're happy. There's just a lot of maybe it's a little bit of a too good to be true. Like it can't be that good. It's a little too good to be true. People may be a little worried or anxious because of you. All right. And for my Leos, where you've been considering maybe taking another job or taking another position or leaving the company where you're at, if you have been doing this, I feel like your company kind of knows about it and they are worried about it, and they do not want you to leave. In fact, they want to give you more opportunities with the Empress, or they want to give you more money, and they to lose you would be not good for them. Okay. Financially, you could be a money maker where you're at, Leos, or you're in a position to have a really positive growth impact wherever you are with the Empress here. And so losing you from that would be very nerve-wracking for somebody. Okay. So I think you are in a good position. And if you're happy where you're at and you like where you're at, then ask for more money or that type of thing. It might be a really good time to do that. Okay. And Aquarius and I know came up. So for some of you Leos, there may be an Aquarius that is involved in something you're doing. They know about, perhaps some of you have been happy where you're at, but you're considering leaving because it could always be better. All right. And that could be in a relationship, it could be at work, etc. They know, somebody knows and is worried about it, and I feel like they're going to try to do what they can to make you happy or keep you happy, Leo. So that is interesting for you guys. Somebody knows that you may be questioning something or that you may be like, I don't know if I want to try something different here. I'm questioning something. They know. And believe me, they're up at night thinking about it. They're like, I don't want Leo to, not see me anymore or not work here anymore or whatever. Like they want Leo. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get a card for you guys. And it may end up with the Nine of Swords, a lot of worrying for nothing because everyone is happy and comfortable in the situation. So it's just a matter of understanding that and knowing that. Okay. And let's get an animal card for Leo, and then we'll move on to Sagittarius. Okay. For Leos, show me Leo. Ooh, you guys got the butterfly, like Taurus, okay? And I was thinking of Venus and Taurus. Venus and Taurus actually has a square relationship to Leo. But Leo, I love the Empress for you guys as far as, feeling beautiful. And, like we said, Mother's Day is coming up. And so, something about wanting to get you a nice gift for my Leos out there that are mothers, or perhaps you're wanting to do something nice for your own mother. Okay. But there's the Nine of Swords of, I don't know if it's going to work out, or I don't know if it's going to be good, or I'm second guessing my plans now. I wouldn't worry about it, Leo. I think it's going to be fine. Holly says, Leo, delegating is an art and you're very adept at it. Lead with gratitude and team spirit. Yes, exactly. For sure. Because I feel like with the Nine of Cups, people want to work with you. They really do. But they may be scared that they're not doing a good job or doing it well. So, if you're in a power position, you can let people know, hey, yeah, you're doing good. And we have the butterfly turning into a very beautiful butterfly. Metamorphosis. Pay attention to the areas in your life or personality that are in need of profound change or transformation. You are about to enter a phase of expansion and growth. Yes, the Empress, which will be highly beneficial for your future. Okay, highly beneficial financially, I feel, Leo, for you guys, for gratitude, change, money, growth, expansion. Yes, I love that. Into a beautiful butterfly that you are, Leo. So that is what I am getting for you guys. And let's go ahead and we will do Sagittarius, and then we will have completed the forecast for today. So I'm going to type in Sag now. Okay. And we are going to begin with Sagittarius. Okay. Sorry, Sagittariuses, you guys are the last ones today in our reading. Next time I will have to. It's interesting because we started with Gemini and now we're ending with Sagittarius. But let's go ahead and find out. Let's get the forecast for Sagittarius, the upcoming weekly forecast for Sagittarius. Let's see here. We have Sag. Okay, this could be Sun, Moon, or Rising, Sagittarius. Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay, very lovely, emotional, beautiful. Sanctuary is another word that I'm getting. Feeling comfortable in your home environment, having that peaceful sanctuary. And Sagittarius I'm talking about, water fountains. I'm talking about spa music. I'm talking about, meditation, all that kind of stuff. Okay. And hopefully, oh, my screen, did it freeze here in the middle of Sag? I hope not. Can you guys still hear me? I hope so. Let's see. Let's see. Did my Zoom freeze? Freeze. How funny. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Good. Okay, I don't know why my Zoom was freezing, but anyway, I'm like, oh no, I want to talk to the Sagittariuses. So we have the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and oh my gosh, the Devil keeps bringing up again every time we have the Devil today. Screen is frozen, but my voice is there. Okay, it's so funny. Every time we've had the Devil today, either the doorbells rang, sirens, the screen is freezing, the Devil came up again. Okay, so we want to, let me see here. I'm trying to see if I can get my screen to work again. Anyway, the screen is frozen, but what we have for Sagittarius is we have the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Devil. And again, I feel like we're back to that point that we were with the other signs where we're talking about, fighting for love situations that wear us down and bring us a lot of pain. And, when we probably should be focusing on healing emotionally. And I do feel like there's some anger for my Sages that are coming up about the way that they've been treated in relationships past. For my Sagittariuses who are with the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck, very loving, generous, caring, forgiving, compassionate. But I also feel like some of the Sagittariuses have gotten kind of disappointed in people and also angry and wanting to fight back. It's like, I gave you all of this love and devotion and care. And what did you do with it? You trashed it. And I see some Sagittarius is getting, quite angry about that. And, it's not that you don't forgive. It's not that you aren't willing to forgive and let go and all of that. But how many times, right, does this have to happen where you feel like you're fighting for something that doesn't want you or doesn't care about your feelings? And I feel like that's the part that is really hard for my Sagittariuses, because I feel you guys are very, warrior-like, you're very strong, sensitive, and all of that. And you don't mind fighting for love. You don't mind, putting your whole self out there and being brave and standing up for yourself and wanting to fight for something is a very honorable thing. But I also feel with the Devil here, sometimes we have to understand that like other people aren't where we're at, and we can't be the one doing all the work for them, you know? And, but I also feel, Sagittarius, is that you guys need a break as well. And that things have been very disappointing when it comes to love recently, but it may be time to take charge of your physical health on a more deeper level, I feel like, and to, instead of like focusing on romantic situations that are like demeaning and drag you down, is what I feel. Okay. And it does seem like, and I apologize, you guys, because can you still hear me? The stream, okay, is lower than all right. Let's see. I don't know. I hope it didn't just stop right on Sagittarius. And so weird. Anyway, Lord have mercy. Okay. And I feel like, Sagittarius, is you guys should keep fighting for for the way you deserve to be treated in relationships. Like, not fighting with the people that you want to kind of force to the table with you, not fighting with those people, but fighting for yourself, in the sense of, I deserve to be respected and I deserve to be treated a particular way in relationships. And if you aren't going to respect me, and if you aren't going to, treat me with the same level of respect, then I am out. I'm out the door. Okay. So, I do think that that is something that the Sagittariuses are going to be looking at, with this devil energy popping up, that is saying, I am no longer willing to fight for people that will not fight for me and have my back. Okay. And seems like they are listening, but they don't really see us. Yeah. Golden Child Tarot, are you dealing with that situation now, where it seems like the person you're dealing with is listening, but they don't really see you, and at the end of the day they don't really hear you, and yet you're the one that stood up and is fighting for the relationship, or fighting to be seen in a relationship? And I'm sorry for those of you going through that, because that is very tough, and it kind of feels like you've been cheated of something, Sagittarius. And you may not see me right now, but you'll damn sure you'll hear me. Oh my God, you guys are so funny. And you know what? That may be the message here. With this Seven of Wands, it's a Mars and Leo card, and it is very bold and brave. And it's like, you might not be able to see me right now, a person that Sagittarius is dealing with, but you damn well will hear me, and you will understand where I'm coming from. Okay. And maybe because you guys can't see me, maybe this person is refusing to see Sagittarius, or doesn't see what Sagittarius is willing to pour into a relationship. But sometimes we're fighting for something and pouring energy into something that's not giving us very much in return, And so that is so weird, about how you guys can hear me, but you can't see me. And my face is just frozen on the screen. And there may be a situation for Sages where everything is frozen. The devil does have to do with, people would say the devil has to do with heat, but the devil is Saturnian, and it has to do with frozen energy. So there is something that is very frozen, that you guys are trying to fight through your feelings or fight through your emotions, but the feelings are frozen and they're hard to let go of, for a particular situation. But I also feel like, it may be time to ask yourself, Sagittarius, is what I'm worth, is what I'm fighting for worth it? With the devil here. Seeing value in new aspects, a wonderful stream. Oh, thanks, Ollie. Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm doing a podcast right now since you can't see me, but um, and it can be scary with the devil to figure out that what we're fighting for isn't good for us or isn't going to give us what we want back in return. That can be a very scary and dark thing to kind of realize. And for my Sagittariuses who are in that place, I'm very sorry that you have been going through that. And in the devil card, a lot of things are hidden. And yet people are trying to pretend that it's not hidden, but it is, and that's a very devil energy. And the thing is with you guys is Sagittarius is, I feel like you're not hiding. You're not a person to hide what you're feeling. You're not a person, you will stand up and stand out for what you believe in. If you believe in someone or you believe in a relationship, you're willing to fight and stand up for it. But the devil can be where someone else is undermining our efforts, or our efforts are not going appreciated. And so anyway, I think that is very interesting in Sagittarius's. I'm going to get you an animal card here. Sometimes what we're fighting for doesn't make sense. It's very noble to want to fight for love. That's a very noble thing. But if the thing in and of itself is broken, then that can be a waste of energy, a waste of emotional energy. And Saturn is all about like pruning things and getting rid of like things that are emotional, like wasting ourselves emotionally. Saturn doesn't like waste or wasting things. And it can be like where we spent a lot of time fighting for something and now we don't want to give up on it because we're afraid if it doesn't happen, then what next, But let's see, Sagittarius, I want to go ahead and get you an animal card here. Let's get you an animal card, Sag. And you guys have the fox and opportunities. It says you must be quick to move out of your comfort zone, especially when the situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Open your mind to new ways of doing things. Once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. And yeah, if sticking around to fight for something that seems to be going nowhere is part of your comfort zone, Sagittarius, then it is time to get out of that comfort zone and open your mind to new things. Okay. And once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. So that is what I am getting for you, Sagittarius. I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream today. I really enjoyed it as well. And I wish everyone a wonderful day. Take care now.